Our board made the right decision last night. We were very, very happy with the decision. Woke up this morning. We're very happy that we pulled the IPO. And we'll come back to the market in time and when the market conditions are right for our business.
Dennis, before we go on and discuss the market conditions, to try and keep everybody on board, in simple terms, what do you do? What does your business do?
Oh, we have a mobile phone and fixed line business and cable TV and also a digital business in the Caribbean and also Central America and the Pacific Islands as well. So we operate in 31 countries. We have about $2.8 billion of revenue. We make approximately $1.2 billion of EBITDA.
So just talk me through the process that A, you want to IPO, the board says let's IPO, you employ bankers and presumably you start a roadshow, and then you hold. I mean, just give us some colour, if you would, on what went on during that process.
Well, we started the process 6 months ago, led by our chief executive, Colin Delves. We had a small team, then the team widened, and we hit the road about 2.5 weeks. It was quite volatile, particularly in the emerging markets, and of course the discount people are looking for an IPO is very high. It's widened. And, we're not backed by private equity. It's all owned by myself and my colleagues. So, we didn't need to do an IPO at any time. So it was opportunistic from our point of view, and we'll come back. We don't need any funding at the moment. Right. And it's a great feeling not to need any funding.
Since you are a private company, can you give us an idea of the magnitude of the figures, what you were after, what they told you probably priced at?
Yeah, well, the comparables, we obviously we're comped against a basket of other companies, but they declined by half a turn of EBITDA during the roadshow. So we didn't hit our price target, so we decided, well, if we don't hit our price target, we're not going to sell our shares. Why would you sell your front garden when you know it's worth a lot of money? And why would you sell at a discount?
I understand you've been also watching emerging markets. Is that one of the reasons you're concerned about this current environment?
Well, emerging markets is a bit choppy at the moment. A lot of outflows from the fund managers, a lot of caution, a little bit of jittery, although this morning it's a bit better. But over the last few weeks, we've seen a lot of outflows and people are just a little bit concerned about the future. In our circumstances, when you don't have to do an IPO and you're not hitting your price target, you just defer it or move it on to the next, move it out a year.
So, well, that's what I was going to ask you. When do you think the time will be right? What did the bankers say to you about when next the market won't be volatile and presumably will be in a rising environment?
Well, I mean, it's very difficult to get bankers to tell you, what the future holds because nobody really knows. But I think the markets will settle over the next 3 to 6 months with oil recovering. So, I actually think that the market will be fine then and there won't be as big a discount and, people will be hitting their IPO ranges.
You are losing money. I mean, you have adequate access to capital from what you need from other capital markets, including the debt markets?
Well, we're operating free cash flow of $814 million on $1.2 billion of EBITDA. So, we've no maturities until 2021 of any consequence. So we funded all our balance sheet at very cheap prices in the bond market in the last 12 months. So we're very comfortable. We're generating a huge amount of cash. We can do our M&A strategy and really develop our business. So, alone we've spent $1.5 billion on CapEx, building fibre to the home, fibre to the business networks across all our markets.